Got 2 vials. So I gotta resize it a little bit. For whatever reason, Madison sends it like 1 pixel, not quite square. Dude, 2 no landers in a row? That's a brutal start. I think we just put back 2 vials. But yeah, we can save all the luck for the Legacy Super Qualifier, of course. This was our 1 loss yesterday, was this matchup. It says I already have a twin emote, but I thought I just deleted it. Alright, so should be able to use that one in a second. Yeah, so this is a red-black zombies deck that I brewed up for Donation Deck Thursday, or I guess Donation Deck Wednesday yesterday. And it was really cool. We went 4-1 with it. And the deck felt pretty powerful, so I wanted to play some more of it today. Although, we're super dead here. Can't even Dreadhorde Butcher. We're just playing this in between rounds of the Legacy Super Qualifier, where we killed our opponent on turn 1 in both games. Yeah, is the old shark... I thought I deleted the... Did I delete the wrong one? Weird. Guess I'll check again and see if I can figure out what's going on. In game 2, our opponent went Ancient Tomb, Painter Servant, and I being scared of... Okay, not beating that. I being scared of them untapping and playing Grindstone and another Ancient Tomb, I went like Lotus Petal into Brainstorm, and I found another Lotus Petal and another Brainstorm, which I cast and found an Infernal Tutor, and I had enough mana to kill them. It was awesome. Alright, so yesterday I brought in the 4 Fatal Push, and I cut the Dreadhorde Butchers. I think I still like this plan. I don't think I want Damping Sphere. This matchup seems bad though. So this was the one matchup we lost to yesterday, and starting off with a Mold of 5 stinks. I'm gonna keep this hand though. If we could draw a Cauldron Familiar, that's how we won the 1 game against them, is Cauldron Familiar yesterday. Oh, I also added 2 more fetch lands to the deck because they're pretty good with Mayhem Devil. Oh no! Dang it! Sorry, I meant to cast the Vial. That's on me. It looks like I just didn't delete the other one. Okay. Well, if we don't draw any gas, then, you know, no harm, no foul. You didn't cut Butcher last time and use it as... Oh, yeah, okay, what did I cut last time, then? I mean, I think Butcher is pretty bad in this matchup, the more I'm thinking about it. Like, the 2-mana 1-2 versus the 2-mana 1-2s. The 2-mana 1-1 versus the 1-mana 1-2 is just so bad. Yeah, the Sif there is Athena as Sif from Dark Souls, and I really like the emote didn't... It's not like super visible in emote form, sadly, but I really like it, so we've kept it. Well, I could have vialed this in had I had the mana, but yeah, Storming Entity is such a nightmare for us. The only way we can kill it is with Mayhem Devil. But, you know, just Storming Entity is great against the black decks in Modern right now. It's the reality of the format. You'll consider Priest over Butcher? Yeah, I also feel like you could play... Dude, it's 2 Storming Entities. I also consider Priest over Butcher, but my problem is... At that point, you're playing too few zombies, I think. You have like 12 non-zombie creatures. And maybe that's fine, but you're like, Undead Augur gets much worse, and Undead Augur, I think, being good is worth it. Any chance I get to kill a Stormwing entity. I don't think so. I'll just ping them. I think one of the big lessons to learn from this deck is Mayhem Devil is good. Mayhem Devil is really good in this deck. I think we might be able to kill a Stormwing entity this turn because we get to sack the Undead Augur to Witch's Oven, and we get to sack the Delta and we can sack the food token if we want. Okay, so now let's go Aether Vial in Undead Augur, cast Gravecrawler, Witch's Oven, sack Gravecrawler, peeing a Stormwing entity, draw a card, lose a life. And then we can cast Gravecrawler from the graveyard, sacrifice Polluted Delta to ping the entity again, get another basic swamp, then gain 3 life, which is pretty relevant, and then kill the entity. They don't have a... Okay, they don't. They revealed Lava Dart Lightning Bolt. I totally missed that. It's probably dead anyways. It's a cool turn, though. Tragic Slip instead of push. Huh. Doesn't always kill Scourge, which is kind of awkward. But it does kill Stormwing pretty often. I like the suggestion, Lockhart. I like the oh boy. Okay, well. Hard to beat that draw. I think we probably have time for another match here. This hand's sick. The first matchup in Legacy was Painter Servant, and we killed them on turn 1 in both games. In game 1, we were on the play. We had a turn 1 kill with a 6-card hand on the Molda with a Duress, too. Who's the emote artist? My friend Madison. She's great. She's the Bog artist on Instagram and Twitter, and you can find a link to her Instagram in the panel down below. And I also, I think... The last tweet I tweeted linked her Twitter, but I think she's more active on Instagram. But yeah, the emotes have been great lately. And shout out to Bad for making these two. I think they're pretty good too, to capture the moment from Monday. I couldn't decide between the two, so I just picked this one. I have one open emote slot left, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it. We drew a second Carrion Feeder. So usually I think you want to kind of protect the Carrion Feeders, but maybe we'll just play it out because we have 2 now. Examiner has redeemed a pet Athena. Perfect time, especially because she's decided not to use the dog bed today. She's decided to be right here. What, with no turn 2 play? It's kind of weird. I guess we probably want to go... I mean, they're holding up removal here. So let me go attack for 1, and then I think I want to play Undead Augur post-combat. No, Athena just takes her midday nap job very seriously. ANT is an acronym that stands for Ad Nauseam Tendrils. We've kind of been joking that it stands for a new thing. But it is a old Legacy Storm variant, and it is my favorite deck to play in Magic the Gathering. All right, that's a 2-for-1, baby. Love to draw a Cauldron Familiar. They probably can't beat Witch's Oven plus Cauldron Familiar, right? Like game 1 without Graveyard Hate. How do they ever beat that? We also have 3 Claim the Firstborns to draw into against this card. I guess neither of my guys can block. I think I'm going to play my artifacts out here and be a little behind. But this deck... Oh, this is not Antwerp. This is a Modern League that we're playing in between rounds of the Legacy Super Qualifier. I see. Yeah, this is a deck that we brewed up yesterday. I just wanted to test it out some more. Do I like Ad Nauseam Modern? I think it's fine. It's not one of my preferred decks to play, but I think it's like a good deck. Alright, so Claim the Firstborn is not quite a win, but it makes them chump block with a Shadow. We just have to block with the Dreadhorde Butcher. If we shot... Yeah, I don't think we can afford to shot because then we're dead to a fetch land. They didn't put Lurrus into their hand, which means that they have something else. They have a removal spell, so I think we're just dead. But they didn't cast one here. Not dead to just that, but we are dead to that plus fetch land. No, they have all 4 Blood Crypts in play. They have all 4 Blood Crypts in play, so they can actually... I think we actually kill them. So we are going to Vial, Carrion Feeder, then sack the Butcher. If we ping them, this becomes 8/8, but that's not enough to kill us. We go to exactly 1. Unless they just have another random shock land. Yeah, I think they thought that they could grow this by 3 and didn't see that they had all 4 already in play. And we can even afford to ping them for the 1, right? And then casting Messenger should be lethal. Awesome. Very cool. What a turnaround. I think I'm just going to leave this on 1 so we can... Oh, Vial and Cauldron Familiar. I mean, they probably can infer that we're playing it, but maybe I wasn't supposed to show it to them. I guess I can just not show them Geralf's Messenger. Woo! So pushes are great in this matchup. Yeah, this is so Lockhart suggested playing Tragic Slip so we can kill Stormwing Entity. But Tragic Slip doesn't always kill Scourge of the Skyclaves. I mean, it usually is going to. But sometimes it is bigger than -13, -13. And it doesn't kill Swift Spear or Soulscar Mage on turn 1, which also kind of stinks. So I'll keep thinking about it. Probably another matchup where we cut the Dreadhorde Butchers. Yeah, could do a split. I think a split is interesting too. It's a really cool suggestion. Yeah, I think this deck is really cool, X-Whale. I brewed it up yesterday for Donation Deck Day. And we went 4-1, and the deck felt really good all day. Dreadhorde Butcher being a zombie has been pretty nice. Angrass Rampage, maybe. The problem is they just also play a lot of 1 toughness, one mana creatures to sacrifice. Yeah, go for the Throat as an option for sure. It's probably a pretty good option. Doesn't kill Bomat, which is actually kind of a problem, but I like the suggestion. This hand can never lose if it draws a Cauldron Familiar. 3 Witch's Ovens is probably too many to keep though. But also if this was our 5, I guess you can't see my hand. If this was our 5-card hand minus the 2 Witch's Ovens, this is a really good 5. And they're also a discard spell deck. I'm gonna keep this. We'll just draw Cauldron Familiar. Oh yeah, we could just play Terminate, can't we? Yeah, I'm down to maybe split the pushes and the terminates. That's probably best. I imagine they take push or augur, of course. Murderous Cut may be better. Maybe. I am playing a lot of fetch lands. So maybe, yeah. So if we play... I'm gonna hold this so we can fetch up Witch's Cottage. If we play Undead Augur here and my opponent kills it, we can sack... and then they play a Scourge, we can sack the food token to kill Scourge. We drew Cauldron Familiar. They cannot beat this card. They are not beating Cauldron Familiar Triple Oven. It's over, dude. It's so over. And we even have a food if they discard it here. It's so over. I've never played a game that was more over than this one. Looks like the Witch's Cottage is also going to be relevant. Our opponent's playing Red-Black Scourge. They can Tiber Battle Rage. I'm being a little facetious, but I mean their Scourges are not going to survive, and this is incredibly hard for them to deal with. And with 2 Witch's Ovens, it's going to be very difficult for them to keep up with. Why didn't you make your fetch right now? I would rather just not have to pay 2 life for Blood Crypt. It's something that's more relevant than thinning. especially in this matchup, this aggressive red matchup. Just not having to pay 2 life is really relevant. So I need to put a stop here. And what's really nice, if they have Graveyard Hate here, we can just sack another food token to bring the familiar back. I played against this combo in my Throne of Eldraine pre-release. I remember just thinking it was so nuts. So we can Witch's Cottage back Undead Augur, but I mean, just not sure how they beat Cauldron Familiar. I do not think Fleshbog Marauder would be better than Messenger. Messenger is great in this deck, and I think Marauder is a little underpowered. So I guess we're blocking this. Don't you get upset to just buying lands? I'm confused by your question. You mean are you saying that I'm flooding out here and I should be mad about it? We have Witch's Cottage to stop flooding. But we're also super ahead, even though we are flooding. So it's hard to feel too bad. So hard to feel upset when you're super ahead. And this is also just, you know, like a for fun league in between rounds. So Witch's Cottage, put Augur on top. Yeah, I think the Cottage is good. Maybe we could play 2 copies. Probably have to play 21 lands if we play 2 copies though, but it has been good for us so far. Well, that's cool. Hello from Texas to Brazil. They sack to draw 1 card. They discard 2 Scourges and a Temur Battle Rage to draw 1 card. I feel like they could have drawn 1 more. But like their Scourges are just trembling at the might of Cauldron Familiar. There are 30 rounds in the Super Qualifier. Yeah, we probably won't play another match after this. We're 1-1 here. No, we've got time for a match. I think the zombie deck is decent. Tang. I think that this may be even better than the blue-black version. The blue-black version is more grindy, but this one can kill quicker, which is probably more relevant. In this league, we lost to Blue-Red Prowess, and in the Legacy Super Qualifier, we are 1-0, beating Painter Servant. Woe Strider is kind of like a necessary card to play in Historic because you just don't have access to sack outlets, besides like Witch's Oven. But we have Carrion Feeder, which is a much better sacrifice outlet. I think we keep this than Woe Strider. Rain of Gore is good against the Heliod deck, and it's more so for the Uro Omnath strategies than just Uro, but I might end up bringing in against some 3-color Uro decks. But it's for Heliod and the 4-color Uro deck, Rain of Gore is good against. Yeah, Woe Strider's I think Woe Strider is a little underpowered for Modern. Do I think Twin and Pot are safe unbans from Modern? No, I think they would be immediately tier 1 decks if they were unbanned. And if you unban a card and it's immediately a tier 1 deck and stays tier 1 or like very competitively viable forever, I think you've made a mistake with your unban if that's what happens. Yeah, I don't. The stream challenge bar isn't popping up for me yet, but it would be cool to get to the millie. Yeah, of course. Let's not let the conversation get too dominated by ban discussion. Looks like maybe red-black mid-range here. So I probably want to get my second swamp to play around Blood Moon. It's Grishol brand. Wow. Well, we probably have a really bad game one matchup. And we've got Thoughtseizes and Rain of Gore is actually pretty interesting against them. Rain of Gore is actually great against them. So the Boost the Stream challenge, if we get to 1 million, I think you get like featured on the homepage of Twitch or something, and that's pretty cool. I don't think Rain of Gore plus Aria works. Yeah, because it says if a spell or ability causes its controller to gain life, that player loses that much life, but they don't control the Aria flame trigger. Well, we have Oven plus Familiar plus Double Devil, so we actually get to do a ton of damage if we survive till next turn. Like, we get to deal an incredible amount of damage. We get to sack the fetch and deal 2, attack for 5. But this is all assuming we get to survive. They probably won't fetch, until after this resolves, because who's played around Mayhem Devil in Modern. But they made a mistake, because we do get to ping them for 1 when they sack here. Oh yeah, Needle is good against them too. But a Tainted Remedy and Aria Flame do work the way you want, so... if that's what you're looking for. I think you can only give 2,000 channel points per stream, so you could do it yesterday, you can do it today, and you can do it tomorrow. They probably won't fetch again in response to this. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Ping, ping. Ping, ping. They could have a Nourishing Shoal here, I suppose. Oh, they actually, I think, go to 2 life here, not 0, because we sack this, ping them for 2. And I guess also we can't sack the Cauldron Familiar and then sack the food token. Yeah, Mayhem Devil's felt like just an actual powerful card so far. And that's been a big thing I've learned playing this deck, is that Mayhem Devil just good card. So they're going to end of turn Goryo's Vengeance, Borborygmos Enraged. Which might just kill me. Well, they're down to 4. We can put them to 1 life here by sacking Undead Augur, bringing back. Oh no, we can put them to dead after we chump block with Familiar. No, sorry. I don't know. Sorry, no, we just put them to. Sorry. That's not true. They're just dead now. For whatever reason, I forgot about this trigger. So I should have done this, I think, before they could have drawn Nourishing Shoal. Like, just give them this few looks, of course, but it ended up not mattering so much. I'm not sure how good Damping Sphere is. It's probably fine, but it's like, it seems worse to me than Rain of Gore and Needle. So we want to cut the Village Rites and the Claim the Firstborns. Yeah, this is probably overboarding. Maybe you could play 1 copy. Undead Augur also seems kind of bad if they're not killing our creatures very aggressively. Could maybe also trim on the 3-drops. Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, Butcher's was good for us yesterday. I think it fits the deck very well, being a aggressive 2-mana zombie that has, synergies with sacrifice effects. But I agree that it does feel like one of the less powerful cards. You cut all the Augurs. I feel like Augur is still pretty good with, maybe it's just too slow and grindy. We'll see. Cut Vials. I think that makes sense to cut a Vial or 2. Kind of down for that. Maybe play the 2nd Damping Sphere. 3rd Mayhem Devil. 4th Mayhem Devil. Let me check on the Legacy Super. Still 10 matches going, so we could probably finish this in time. Sand has 2 sideboard cards, but no second land. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Although they can like never beat Rain of Gore. We're on the draw. Okay, I'll never mind. I've changed my mind. We'll keep this. Is it better to name Borborygmos or Gristlebrand? Probably Gristlebrand, right? They can kill with force. That's true. I'm not sure how they're going to sideboard, though. If they're going to bring that card in. They might. Put them all to 6. They're taking on mulliganing to 5 or not. Yes, Borborygmos Enraged is the card we're going to name. Not Borborygmos. Put them all to 5. Keep 5 cards. Blood Crypt tapped. Perfect. So now that we have Rain of Gore to stop Gristlebrand, kind of. Yeah, I think I'll name Borborygmos. But and then by that I mean now that we have enough mana to cast the Rain of Gore. We already had the Rain of Gore. I'm playing Ant and Legacy. We're 1-0. We killed on turn 1 both games, which is it's like turn 1 kills happen like usually like twice a tournament, I feel. So like we may be just out of turn 1 kills if we have an average range of variance. So yeah, it's also it's just a deck I'm a master of, and I think is D's. Would love to see them cast Nourishing Shoal into this Rain of Gore. They could also have Force of Vigor here and go down to 2 cards, but you know 2 for 2 me here. I was playing Cryptbreaker in the blue-black version, and I thought it was very good there. But we're playing 8 non-zombie creatures. Like so this is a different version. This is Antifa Lockhart Sprue. You know, and this is kind of like my take on the deck. But this is, you know, there's Plague Belchers and Diagraph Captains and Crypt Breakers that really care more about being all in on the zombies. But when we're playing, you know, 4 Cauldron Familiar, 4 Mayhem Devil, I think that you want to trim on the Zombies Matters cards a little bit. They duress me with Brutality and don't find anything. That's good. I think we're just playing Dreadhorde Butcher here. Oh, that is true. This is a Namba with Cauldron Familiar. Although it's probably not a big deal in the matchups you bring it in. Forgot about that little factor.
Welcome, Spikelings.
Yeah, we're playing versus Gristlebrand. Morgan, 4 months in a row. Thank you, buddy. Welcome back. Enjoy the new emotes. We have 5 new emotes. Although, wait, is the new Splinter Twin one showing up? It's not showing up for me. Alright, I guess we play Vial and Crawler. Have to refresh. Okay, yeah, I can't refresh. Oh, I can maybe click refresh chat here. Maybe that'll work. Because I have a different view. Yeah, it did work. Awesome. Yeah, so we've got this shark one. We've got 2 emotes from Monday's Mishap. And then we've got just a regular shark and then Uro as Spider-Man. So we have basically all of our general basic emote bases covered. Second Familiar is not... I guess it's not that good, actually. We play a Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar, and we each lose 1 life because of Rain of Gore. Which hat would you like, Janky? Yeah, this is maybe not... maybe the Rain of Gore shouldn't be in the deck because of this. I was thinking that this would be really good against Heliod and 4-color Omnath, but against the Heliod matchup, I think the Cauldron Familiar plan is pretty important, so kind of down to just like not being on it. think I will go ahead and Flame Rift us, though. Yeah, Tainted Remedy being 3 CMC, I think is too much. We're 50% there? Hell yeah. I think we can probably make it by tomorrow. Give me your channel points, please. I need to get on that front page of Twitch. Yeah, it's possible it's still worth playing, but this is definitely something I hadn't considered. Alright, so I think I'm going to Vial in this Cauldron Familiar. Then take up the Vial to 2. And this probably lets us kill our opponent if we can cast the Mayhem Devil. Maybe not. Maybe not. What do we have to do to get there? So if you like do the booster stream thing, if you can click contribute and give your 2,000 channel points to a poor streamer, if we get to 1 million by tomorrow, then the stream will be promoted, which is neat. So we're more than halfway there. But you can only contribute 2,000 per person per stream. We're 1-0 in the Legacy thing. Next round should be starting soon. Yeah, 2 matches still playing. So we hit our opponent for 5 here. They go down to 6, and then we can sack. We get 2 triggers if we tap the oven. A 3rd trigger from the Cauldron. Yeah, they're dead if they don't have. They can't have any life gain because we have Rain of Gore. Can I give you the Legacy Super Qualifier event ID? Sure. Give me a second. I don't think that anybody has 1 million yet, to my knowledge, so no. I need to do a hat and a sing. Yeah, I didn't see the hat selection choice. We'll get everything resolved after this real quick. 2-1 in this league, so I don't think that we had a line to win that match that I saw, at least. Keep drawing these one-landers. We do have Cauldron Familiar plus Witch's Oven. And so far, that just has felt like it wins every single game. So I think I'm gonna keep this. Cat is not a zombie, but it's got like giving yourself like playing Witch's Oven is huge in this deck because the deck is like so hungry for another good 1-mana sacrifice effect. Yes, you can redeem a deck to Echo Dense. Whenever you're ready. I think we're leading on the familiar. No, we just picked up our 2nd Lost Slasher. If I cracked LED for 2 blue, would I have pondered preordained my way out of it? Well, I would have to sacrifice it for red and blue, which means I couldn't cast the tutor that I was tutoring with. But I guess I could have Infernal Tutored for LED. That could have been my plan. I mean, and we also have to hit another LED off of the ponder, but yeah, like to even have a chance. But I guess that like was maybe I think it's unreasonable to crack for. So I guess the play would have been crack the LED for red, then don't crack the other one, and then we can crack for blue and maybe we hit oh man. I guess I was supposed to play on the oven first. Crack the LED for red, and then when they Force of Negation, crack the other LED for blue, and then we can flashback Past in Flames, flashback Ponder. If we draw another LED, we get to crack that for blue and do some work. We only have to crack 1 LED before they counter. We didn't actually have to crack the second one. Although we had to crack the first one for black. Never mind. Yeah, yeah, we didn't. That's never mind. It's not actually how that would have worked. I think I'm going to play Undead Augur off of Blood Crypt and then just attack with both here. Yeah, zombies versus fairies. I did cut the Plague Engineers from my sideboard. Is Breach banned in Legacy? Yeah. I might even go as far to say it's super banned. No, so yeah, we needed to crack the first LED for black at least, before the Infernal Tutor resolves, so we could cast the ritual that we wanted to tutor up. Oh, we can't claim the Firstborn this. That's kind of gnarly. We play Gravecrawler, sack it to Feeder. Would like to draw lands. Okay, but now I'll just steal Fairy Seer. Guess it's just the same amount of damage to do this. Deck Tech for Odins. Thanks for staying on top of that, Simon. So much going on. Oh, awesome. This is something I'm working on too, so I'll give you my thoughts on it. I would say that you probably don't want to play Leyline of Life Force. I don't think that you're supposed to play. I don't think that you're supposed to be all in on this card. Where is it? In Search of Greatness. I don't think you're supposed to be like all in on it with like Serum Powders and Leyline of Life Forces. So I think the card is just kind of fine, even if you don't have your nutty draws that you're mulliganing for. So like the way I've been wanting to build it is just in like a more kind of standard Leyline Devotion deck. You just play Leyline of Abundance. Don't play Leyline of Life Force, I think. So you get your Search for Greatnesses. You get to play Burning Tree Emissary, which is really good in your Nykthos deck. Yeah, I would also play 4 Nykthos. I think Nykthos, like the fact that this makes 2 Devotion, this makes 2 Devotion. This is a 4 Nykthos deck in my opinion. And then I know I like Nissa. I am also looking for good 5-drops to play on turn 3, but I'm not sure that you want to play exactly like. I feel like 2 Slimes, like Slime doesn't seem good to me. I think you need something that's going to snowball a bit more. So maybe like a Vivian, the 5-mana Vivian, maybe like Garruk Primal Hunter, although probably not that one. I just like that card a lot. And then I would also look at the sideboard seems fine. I like that it's mostly a Karn sideboard. I'm not sure what you're trying to target with Force of Vigor exactly. And 4 Veil of Summer seems like 1 too many. Those are just kind of small little criticisms, though. Yeah, I don't think I like Biogenic Ooze. I mean, it's just like it doesn't make the ooze ETB. Oh, sorry, I meant to sack again before attacking. No, I'm not presenting lethal. Oops. I don't know. Whisperwood Elemental doesn't die to Bolt. That's kind of nice. Well, I don't know. Playing Arbor Elf in your Leyline of Abundance deck is kind of sus. I think that's why there's no Arbor Elf here. I get no Arbor Elf. Can't block this. Alright, those are my thoughts. Yeah, we're still testing this sack deck that we're playing yesterday. It's still feeling pretty good. Force of Vigor seems nuts modern. Everyone seems on green or moon. On green. I mean, I don't think Blood Moon is that good against the mono green deck. It stops like Nykthos. Right, they took my Messenger, which we can now cast. Counter this, okay. So they're gonna chump block my. Oh, whoops! I don't know why I clicked that. They're gonna chump block my Carrion Feeder. I guess let's leave back the Cauldron Familiar to block the Infiltrator. Green meaning Uro variants, I see. I mean, Force of Vigor isn't good against Uro variants, though, is it? Ouch. Modern Staple, Vapor Snag. Do I want to play Vial? I guess if I don't play Carrion Feeder, I can't block the Familiar when I sack it this turn. Or I can't sack it when I block, sorry. I mean, Force is good in Uro variants. I don't know that it is. Like Force of Vigor is like what is Force? What decks are Force good against? Like Hammer Time, kind of. Like, I guess pretty good against Hammer Time. It's like maybe a good answer to Blood Moon, but you're still 2-for-1ing yourself, and you already play Force of Negation to do a very similar thing. Because it's unlikely they have a second target. And Force stops Boil too. So we can get this Carrion Feeder up to 5 power, which is not enough to kill them. So probably just want to play it like this. We died a tar pit. Oh yeah, we do. Damn it. Yeah, we can make them chump block, but then we died a tar pit. Okay. I think we'll be playing some more of the blue-red Arcanist deck at some point today. I'm not sure exactly when though, and yeah, maybe we don't, but I think that we will. Yeah, Dreadhorde Butcher seems pretty bad against like these like small creature decks. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it's actually kind of fine. I'm gonna trim the 4th Vial when I bring in 4 push. Maybe trimming a couple of messengers. They may be a bit slow in this matchup, although they are a black removal deck. So maybe we want to actually trim on Mayhem Devil. Claim the Firstborn seems really good. Actually, it misses their 4-mana ninjas. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we're 1-1. We picked up our first loss. Had a tough match against Snoko. Keep this. Yeah. I think Butcher's good. I agree. This hand's great, also. Although that's bad. Kind of unlucky to run into Leyline of the Void, but what are you gonna do? Mayhem Devil's good. That's a really good draw. Maybe even our best draw possible. Yeah, Butcher and Devil are both pretty good, and like we're still just attacking. Our creatures get a lot worse though. Like this doesn't trigger, but and now we have a 1-mana 2/2. Carrion Feeder is nuts. I think it was a really good addition to Modern. Alright. Alright, well maybe double Leyline, double Fatal Push is going to be tougher to beat. Sadly, Witch's Cottage is not going to be doing anything this game. You know, people suggested Feed the Swarm yesterday so we could kill Leylines and so we could kill Rest in Peace, but I really just don't think either Rest in Peace nor Leyline are very popular right now. Yeah, like we're playing against blue-black fairies. I just don't think we're supposed to like have sideboard cards devoted to these right now. Yeah, Feed the Swarm. Just splash for Abrupt Decay. I mean, Abrupt Decay would be pretty nice. Not sure it's quite that simple though. And it also doesn't hit Leyline. But like, I mean, this is the first time I've seen Leyline in a long time. Yeah, Cottage has definitely not been nuts, but it's been fine so far. I think it's been worth playing. Alright, we're dead. I am really liking this deck though. I'm fixing the title ghost. You can't fix the title, can you? I don't think you can. Or harder, like hard control decks, discard decks, and mostly just those two. The Mirror, although the Mirror is not very popular. You don't bring in the fourth for Tess. I also bring in the fourth Veil against Delver, but I don't bring them in against like the control decks because they play more permanent based disruption. Oh, you can just... I didn't know you could change it in the chat. That's cool. Although, maybe don't advertise the bad record of the title. I got it. It's fine. But I just didn't know you could use a command to change it. Yeah, I think this deck's like... It's felt very powerful so far. I probably want to play Undead Augur before we Butcher. Don't really want to Butcher into the open mana here. We went 1-2 drop to PTQ. The two losses were both very close against Snowco. Especially that last match. Just like came down to the wire in game 3 both times. Played this matchup a couple times so far. I think it's pretty good for us. I think I'm gonna go attack with everything. I think Vial and the Augur. Yeah, I agree. My Cat Oven has felt like unbeatable in a lot of matchups so far when we've assembled it. It really has just felt like there's nothing my opponent can do. Probably gonna save this for Witch's Cottage. Isn't this straight up Jund? Marsh Flats means red black mid range. Nice that this is sorcery speed. There's a PTQ tomorrow, but it's tomorrow evening, and my D&D group is meeting then, and honestly, I feel like I'd rather just play D&D with my friends than play a 9-round PTQ that will go till 3 a.m. But there's some this weekend. I'll be thinking about it. At block, we get to draw 2 cards, and we also get to Witch's Cottage back Undead Augur, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so let me just go attack my zombies here. And if they trade with anything, we get to Augur back. We get to Witch's Cottage back in Augur. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you write up about the deck, Emma. Feels right up your alley. Interesting to see like the budget take on it. Yeah, I feel like Cottage just keeps getting better and better the more you're playing this deck. It's not like absurd. It's not Mystic Sanctuary, but I've liked it so far. We know our opponent has a Blood Chief's Thirst. That last round, shouldn't she have led on Pale Brainstorm to play around Force of Will? Well, we still had Petal Thoughtseize to go. Maybe. But I also, like... I hate talking about, like, hey, 30 minutes ago, shouldn't you have made this play? You know, let's move on. But maybe. It's also possible we brainstorm into, like Ritual Veil of Summer... And if we do that, we can't crack a petal for red. We have to crack 1 petal for Brainstorm. We have to crack 1 petal for Thoughtseize, and then the 3rd petal can't be cracked for red for the Empty the Warrens, which we needed 2. So also, I think no. But again, it's like my memory is like, you know, I don't really remember exactly what was going on. It's usually best to timestamp it, then at me on Twitter when you think I made a misplay. Alright, have a good night, Ghost. And we had some good legacy matches for sure. pretty. Oh, never mind. Easy. Oh. No claims. Claims is pretty good against Crooks. Yeah, I think we really need Magmatic Channeler specifically on turn 2. I think I just want to cut the claims for 3 pushes. Seems good to me. Congrats, sorry it took so long. I haven't had to deal with insurance too many times, but it's been a pain when it has happened. I got into an accident with a very sketchy character, and I called like the police just so they could make an accident report for insurance, right? And that's the only reason I called them, and they said they would do it, and then they just didn't. And then the other person started to like lie about what happened, but they eventually were able to find out the truth. But it was a huge pain. The police just like didn't do it, and I couldn't like talk to any, like I couldn't. They wouldn't tell me even what officer showed up to the scene. It was such a pain. I think we keep this on the draw. Like Oven Cat is so good against them. Isn't Carrion Feeder not good? No, I think Carrion Feeder is like the best card in the deck. I don't think you ever side out Carrion Feeder.
Welcome, Spikelings.
Eyeballhead, 3 months in a row. Welcome back. I think it's a fine keep on the draw against the like very grindy deck. I just finished. I sold out of my Modern collection a long time ago. But I just finished putting Jeskai Lotus Field together in paper, and I have most of mono green Planeswalkers and Pioneer, and I guess Modern too, if you want to play that deck in Modern. It's so lame. Yeah, but I was T-boned by a lady going the wrong way down a one-way street, and she was like going like 20 miles over the speed limit. It was crazy. Discard the second devil. And let the channeler eat it. Yeah, Dashcam's probably good to invest in. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I think I may have been streaming when it happened, like, but that would have been towards the beginning of my streaming career. I wasn't streaming the event. I was just like, I may have talked about it on stream. I can't remember. I feel like I have messenger here. Not sure about this. Okay, this is just game over. Yeah, I don't see the boost results. What are we at right now? I can't see it on my screen. Maybe if I refresh the chat. 71, that's awesome. We still have tomorrow to hit it too. So please, please, please give a lonely streamer your channel points. Yeah, Croak says game over. Let's go to game 3. Gets me on the play. Certain cards did depreciate in value, but some of them didn't. And I also sold out of like a lot of legacy cards that appreciated in value, like a lot of dual lands. So I feel kind of bad about that. I'm not going to reset the stream just for you guys to donate. I feel like that goes against the spirit of the thing. And they're just testing this out, so I'm not going to like scam a system that my platform is trying to test out. But I also think we'll get there by tomorrow. I think that there just has been more of a conversation around it. I think people are just kind of realizing it's good to put that in the title, because chat, I think, largely doesn't realize that it's bad to try to help your person win, especially in a bigger tournament. I think for league play, it's just like not necessary. Can chat donate physical cards? I appreciate the thought, but they named Vial when I didn't play Vial on turn 1. Probably should have named Oven. I'm gonna leave this up for a Bob or Chandler. Just keep your cards. I appreciate the thought. It's in the rules now. I wasn't aware. I mean, I think it's. I guess I've known that it's always been a rule, I suppose, but I don't think it's really ever been enforced. But should be. If you love the chat, I agree that chat is often more of a hindrance than a help, but it is a feel bad if chat ever suggests a line that you didn't see. You know what I mean? It is just a bad moment if they are able to help you out. So I think it's good to not. Fetch line would be a good draw. That's fine too. Double block my messenger. Maybe it's fine. Probably fine. I did get the 4 and black border bolts, yeah. Those are like the first cards I bought when I was rebuilding my collection. That attitude, but I never have felt like other people are kind of scamming the system, so I can too. I never feel like that's a good argument. I feel like it's good to try to go above and beyond if you can. You know, if other people are doing it, that's lame and they shouldn't be. I don't think it excuses you getting outside assistance. Am I going to sack this messenger to Village Rites? I probably am. Yeah, then we have pretty good attacks, so we can push the Kroxa. Well, that's pretty nuts. Guess we're killing the Spyro. I think this deck is good. The more and more I play with it, the more I'm liking it so far. Are they actually just dead? Well, I guess they're not dead. We can only put them to 1 life because we can't sack we can't sack the Carrion Feeder before the Mayhem Devil. Yeah. I definitely, when I was brewing this deck up, I looked at Sam Black's Goblin Bombardment pile from Legacy. That was like one of the first things I was looking at. And I had like some lists that with like the Lingering Souls and the Blood Ghasts and stuff. And I decided to not go as much in that direction, but definitely did take inspiration from Sam. Have I played against any combo with this deck? Yeah, we beat Grishelbrand earlier, and you know we've got Thoughtseizes and Damping Spheres in the sideboard for these matchups. Okay, now my opponent's just dead. Yeah, I agree that this is a great F&M deck for sure. But they didn't exile Gravecrawler either. We're currently 7-3 with the deck overall, which is pretty good for a new brew. But I will say like the biggest thing is like Mayhem Devil is just great. Like your opponents are triggering it a lot with their fetch lands. But I want to play one more league with this deck, and then probably a league with the Piracy Charm Dreadhorde Arcanist deck too. But I'm kind of interested in playing the second Witch's Cottage as the 21st.